Hello everybody. Good morning. It's morning where I'm at. I don't know what time it is, but it's early-ish, maybe mid-morning. It is August 7th, maybe? I don't know. I'm on vacation and I lose all track of time. So anyway, this is episode 151 or 2. This is the Loch Briar Knits podcast, and I'm Kelly, your hostess. Welcome. So, I have a lot of like little projects because it's been busy and it's been kind of muggy hot, and I just wasn't in the mood for doing too many big projects. But I did get started on, well, not started, but I got going with the sweater I cast on like months ago. So let's jump in. I do have some faux. So I'm knitting up socks from the new colorways I have in my shop. So this is, it's a petunia, and this is cinnamon and sage. So I finished, and I don't have my sock blockers with me because those are at home, not at the cottage. So bear with me. This is the first sock for cinnamon and sage. And what I decided to do was knit the first sock of each colorway and then go back and do the second sock. Just because I wanted to see how they turned out, and I also wanted to get some shots to put in the shop, which my shop link is down below if anyone's interested. It's Loch Briar Knits as well. So this is how cinnamon and sage turned out. I really love it. It does this like little kind of micro striping effect when you, well, it may vary depending on what size needle, how big your feet are. I have like puny feet, so that's how mine turned out. And then I did start the second one, which I'm ready to do the heel flap. So let's, and then I did, it's a petunia. I love this colorway. I am not a pink person, but I love little pops of it in socks and hats and stuff. And I just love how this turned out. I'm gonna like do this. So you can see a little better. Oh, isn't that pretty? Am I allowed to say that about my own yarn? It's so pretty. So yeah, this is how that turned out, and I love it so much. I can't wait to finish the second sock so I can start wearing them. But yeah, so these are my two kind of half finished objects, and this is in my classic sock base, which is 75-25. The dog hair is extra. You have to pay extra for that. If you want the dog hair, I'll just put your skein down and on the floor and get Scout to roll around it. So that's in my bento bag, which I think was, I think that's from Fringe Supply Company, which I'm pretty sure aren't around anymore. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I did also get that, if you've been with me for a while, you'll know. These socks have been on my needles forever. So this was just a sock set that I had done. And it was a 50 gram and then two 20 grams. So this is what the sock set was. It was like these bright fluorescents and then kind of like a denim. So I just sort of did like some striping as I went along, just like, I don't know, I winged it. But for this one, I'm reversing the colors. So I did go, I did go a little longer here than I should have, but you know, whatever. So wherever this one has the pink or the green, this one will have the pink. And then, so I'm going along on those. It's, I find when summer gets really hot, there's a lot of small projects on the go. That's in one of my loop bags, which is my local yarn store. I don't know what's in here. Oh yeah, right. So I did another hat. And did I? Oh, I'm still going. Okay. So this was a sock yarn. Who is this from? Birch Hollow Fibers. Birch Hollow Fibers. All right, let's see what we got here. So this is the Sylvia sock base. Colorway is Sword Steel. So it's 75-25. So that's kind of how that's working out. And I really like the variation in the gray. And I just use my basic beanie pattern for this. I think I cast on maybe 120 maybe. And then I'll just go until I reach the slouch level that I like, which I'm probably almost there. Yeah, I think I'm almost there. So, oh. We went out kayaking this morning, so. Anyway, so yeah, so I think I am almost there, and I've still got probably enough to do a pair of socks. I know I have enough to do a pair of socks, definitely. So that's been getting a little love as well. And I've just been I find I've just been going with my mood. Like if I'm just mindlessly want to knit, I'll grab something that I can just literally just going around. I've not been feeling super inventive on my knitting. So I was binge watching documentaries on YouTube. I think I went through the entire Lisa Ling Our America series. And as I was doing that, I was using some leftover yarn that I had used in, I think these were from one of my Saturday shrugs that I did. So I just had some leftover yarn and I was just like, I'm just gonna make a cowl. So that's what I did. So yeah, I just used, and I still have like a fair bit. I think the only one that's getting maybe lower was one of the grays. I think it might have been this one. But I still have enough. I could probably make more. But I thought this would be good for either a Christmas gift or part of me wishes I had kind of made it a little longer. But I think this is fine. This is kind of good if you want to slip it under your jacket, because it's not going to be too bulky. This is going to be good for dog walking come the fall and winter. So that's all worsted weight. I don't know exactly what they were. I think this one was Illimani, the light gray. This one I think was Illimani as well. This was, oh my God, I'm totally blanking. I have so much of the yarn. Oh my God. honestly. But yeah, okay. Oh my God, that's gonna bug me now. It'll come to me in a flash while I'm editing. And I do forget what this one is. But I think I had this and I had a green one that was similar to it. But it's very soft. It's very gushy. This hasn't been blocked yet because I just finished that the other day and all my blocking stuff is at home. So I'll block that when I get home. And then the other finished object I have, I feel like we're like motoring through here. But those are just kind of like the little, there's not really much to say about them. It's a pair of socks and it's a cowl and a hat. So I did finish the cowl I was making, and I was using the, oh my God. I put it down below what it's called because I'm forgetting and I don't think I have it here, but it's from the Knit Vent 2020. Knit Vent 2020 from Curious Handmade. So basically, here's what I did. Okay, so if you watched the previous episode, I think, you will know I had a horrible time with the lace. And I wasn't going to do it. So I'm knitting along. I mess it all up. And then I decided to do eyelets, which I didn't like the look of. And then I gave up on it altogether and just was doing straight knitting. I kept messing up the count so that I'd be knitting along, and for some reason I messed something up and I couldn't figure out what it was. And then I tinked back and it was a mess. When I started the pink, I was doing okay. And then somewhere things went off the rails and nothing was lining up properly, and it was just a disaster. So I got so frustrated, I decided I wasn't going to do the lace. But then I was like, I really like how the lace work looked, and it was simple enough I shouldn't have been screwing up. So the stitch pattern went over, I think it was 12, yeah, it was 12 stitches. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to put markers every 24 stitches so that if I messed up, I would know quickly enough and be able to tink back, and I wouldn't have to tink back very far. But one of you suggested that I put a marker every 12 so that it was like within the actual stitch pattern for the lace. And I ended up doing that, and I'm very glad I did. So thank you for that, because that was actually a better choice. So I did end up doing that, and it looks fantastic. I love it. I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I listened. So after that, all of the lace was fine. And it was such an easy stitch pattern. I don't know why I kept messing it up, but I'm horrible at doing lace. So this was all of the yarn from my Homespun House Advent Calendar, which was from 2022. Yeah, 2022. So here's how it looks. Now it's not blocked yet, but this is how it looks. And then, so I think this is actually going to be a Christmas gift. I like that. I really like it. And I will say, as I was kind of doing it, I was like, we're gonna stop doing that. I'm not a pink fan, and I found that this Advent calendar had a lot of pink in it, and I think if memory serves, Molly from a Homespun House does really like pink, so it makes sense. But for somebody who doesn't like pink, like I really don't like pink. There's a couple colors that I do like. Like I found this kind of fluorescent. I would never wear this like as a sweater or anything. But I did like kind of that really bright pop of pink, and I kind of liked this one here, which was kind of variegated, but I'm not a pink person. I'm just not a pink person. So I was trying to spread it out, and there was also like some like kind of dusky rose, maybe a little more on the purple end of things. The ones that were my favorite, I will say, I'll show you my favorites. It was this one here, and anybody who has been with me for any time at all, you know, I'm an earthy color fan. I love earthy colors. I do like kind of, this is almost like a goldy color. I liked the green. And where was the other one? Yeah, like this brown. I love me a good brown. So those are really more my wheelhouse. And the person I'm thinking of for this, I think these colors are gonna go with her like natural coloring so well. So I am actually going to gift this. But here's the thing. I'll pop that over there. It only took half the skein. It took like 10 grams each. So I still have enough. Like I could make a second one of those, which is what I think I will do. But what I might do instead of like following that pattern is I'm gonna take out a lot of the pinks. I'm gonna take out the colors that I didn't really like. So here's the ones I'm definitely gonna take out. So I'm taking that one out, and I don't like that one at all. And I'm taking this one out because I just find it really washed out. I don't really like that one at all. And that's nothing against like Molly Geron, because Molly Geron is beautiful. It's just, you know, we all have our color preferences, and this is falling apart. And then the ones that I'm probably gonna take that out. And I like blue, but I kind of want things to look maybe a little more dark. Oops, now I just dropped those in there. So these are the other ones that I think I'm going to take out. So as you can see, there's like a lot of kind of pinky-ish ones. So I'm keeping those in here so I don't get them. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm not going to make it, I'm going to follow that pattern, but I'm not going to make it as wide. So right now it's about this. It may stretch it a bit more after I block it. I'm going to shrink it and then make it maybe like a bit longer. And so here are the colors that I'm keeping. Let's see if I can do this without toppling everything. These are going to be the colors I'm keeping. And I think that will help me stagger. The problem I was having too with this was I felt like I was constantly putting in a pink. And this way I can break it up a little more. So we've got, these are sort of the pink ones, not sort of, these are the pink ones I'm keeping. Then I have kind of some purple burgundy ones for there. These are the blue and kind of turquoisey ones that I'm going to keep. And then here are the two greens. And here are the browns. Oh wait, this one's kind of a mix of kind of like a smoky blue and a purple. And then that's that brown that I loved. And then this is almost like a bronzy color. And this is sort of gold with like other colors speckled through. I love this one. And this one was probably my favorite. It's got brown, it's got some blue through it, it's got some gold. It's really pretty. So my plan is to kind of follow that pattern. I'll use the same like lace pattern. But I will add in like some more just stockinette stitch and have the sections be maybe like that big. I might be able to make them that wide. And it's possible that I may pull out a couple of the colors if I feel like it's going to be too long, because I don't want it to be like, but I do like the idea of it being kind of long enough, and then when you put it on, it scrunches down, and then it's just really nice and comfy on your neck. And I can't believe I'm actually thinking about that in August, but there you have it. So that is that's that done. So I have been, for like not really feeling like I was doing a lot of knitting. I think a lot of the knitting I did do was on that cowl just to try to finish it up. And then I was just doing like little mindless knitting, projects. Get everything over there. But then yesterday, I was like, I'm tackling the sweater. So I was making, is that over there? So don't forget the pattern. What's this, the Bright Side? Yeah, the Bright Side by Aspastraco. So this is the second one that I'm making, and I'm knitting this out of, is that attached? No. Spice Cake by Tiny Human Knits. So it's like this really rich, kind of like deep, rich autumn orangey brown. And last time you saw this, all I had done was this. And now, so I worked on this yesterday while I was binge watching documentaries. And I am still working on the kind of raglan increases. Is what that part would be called. So I am motoring along. I'm about halfway through the raglan increases, or maybe I have 4 more sections of 4. But this is what the sweater will look like when I'm done. I know Aspastraco used to have their patterns free. Apparently they charge for them now, the sweater ones, I think, anyway. So I don't know if you can still get that pattern for free or not, but it is a good pattern. It's very easy, like simple to follow. I did have a little bit of a problem with the German short rows, because I was, just the way I think I was reading it, I don't know, it just wasn't going into my brain. So it took me a bit to kind of get into the rhythm of it. That I'm actually going to work on today, because I do want to get down to the body before I leave for vacation. But yeah, it's coming along. So yeah, it's knitting up really nice. I love the yarn. It's nice to work on a fingering weight sweater, which I haven't done in a while, especially where it's been so hot outside. Although I will say last week was kind of rainy and gross and disgusting, so that's probably why I did start to get a little more done. Oh, there it is. There's the, it's the Tiny Human Knits. So that is pretty much what I have been working on. I may cast on the second cowl while I am on vacation. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. I think I do want to get as much work done on the sweater as I can, because If you watched my Make 9 earlier in the year, I'll just link it somewhere here. My goal was to knit sweater quantities, and well, rather than like 9 projects, I had chosen 9 sweaters quantities of yarn that I had to knit out of, and I think I've only done like 1 or 2 sweaters this year, maybe 2, and then this will be the 3rd. So, and it's what, August. I got a little ways to go. I gotta pick up the pace. So I do want to get that worked on as much as possible this week. So that is pretty much all that is going on. In other news, what have I been doing? I don't know. I've been writing, still working on the 2nd book in the series that I'm working on. We have been out to the cottage most weekends. My father-in-law arrives, I think, next week, so we'll be home for a few weeks on the weekends while he's here. Yeah, I don't know what else we've got planned for the summer, but I am hoping, like, we've had heat wave upon heat wave upon heat wave, and knitting has just been kind of like small projects. But I'm hoping to get to work on the sweater and get that done. I'd love to get it, like, if I could get the body done this vacation, that would just be ideal. So that'll be my goal. That's my goal. We're halfway through the vacation, but I think if I just kind of work on that, I mean, once I get to the body, it's just straight knitting in the round. So I might be able to do it. So other than that, we've had the kayaks out. So we had those out this morning, so that was really nice. The water was nice and calm. It still is, actually. It's pretty nice out there. Right now, I have to go do some painting. My husband replaced a light outside, but the wood underneath was rotted, so he had to replace that. And he doesn't paint. I'm the painter of the family. So I get to crawl up on the ladder, and I'd like to do that before it gets too stinking hot. So that's my project, and then I'm just going to sit down outside under the umbrella at the table on the deck and knit on my sweater. So I will get this edited and up hopefully in the next day or so, probably the next day, and get it out to you, and hopefully there won't be such a big gap between episodes this time. Next time. Until then, happy knitting, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!